Evelyn could say some things out her mouth that are really cutting.
But your daughters are being held emotionally hostage to your ex-wife's bitterness towards you. You and her need to get on the same side of the table and free those girls. Because the elephant in the room that nobody will talk about is Evelyn Braxton's attitude.
Letting your mother run your life.
How dare he try to tell me how to raise my kids after he have abandoned us. He has some nerve.
Y'all have lives to live yourself, and she can't run her life, her home, and your home too.
You know what? Had you been home long enough to help me to raise them, it wouldn't be such a problem. But where were you? I'm there hanging in the street.
What did you do
doing
all
whatever
day?
you were
What
big
did you
enough
do
to
all day long?
What did you do?
What did you
What
do?
did you do?
It seems Toni Braxton has finally reached her limit after years of financially supporting her family. She is now speaking out and suggesting that her mother, Evelyn Braxton, may have contributed to the emotional struggles she and her sisters experienced while growing up. Toni is usually private about family matters, but this time feels different. There is ongoing pressure for her to carry the responsibility, and she no longer wants to deal with it. Her frustration is understandable, as constant expectations can become overwhelming. Now, she appears ready to set boundaries and prioritize her own well-being after years of putting others first.
The responsibility of it is so heavy for me. I feel like I can never live my life, and I never used to say it. I never used to say anything to anybody, but since we've been doing this show.
Toni Braxton has often said her life and career might have been very different if she had not felt responsible for financially supporting her entire family. Over the years, fans who watched their reality show noticed the tension between the sisters. During arguments, Toni usually remained quiet, holding back her true feelings and trying to keep the peace instead of speaking openly. It often seemed like she was simply waiting for difficult moments to pass rather than confronting them directly. The Braxton family has been in the public eye for many years, and many people feel that little has changed. There is a growing sense that the same issues continue to repeat, leaving some fans doubtful that things will ever truly improve. According to Toni, many of these ongoing problems are tied to the behavior and influence of her mother, Evelyn Braxton, whose actions have sometimes created stress and confusion within the family. Recently, Evelyn revealed that she is writing a book about her life. In it, she plans to discuss her past marriage and the pain caused by her ex-husband's unfaithfulness. She has spoken openly about her struggles and how she rebuilt her life after the divorce. Considering everything that has happened, it becomes easier to understand Toni's feelings about her complicated family situation.
Because you went to my house and had sex in my bed? So you mad with me? You know? You mad with me because you bring this woman in my bathroom and y'all have sex in my bathroom with the candles?
It was romantic, Lord.
Candles all around the tub? And she's gonna leave her big underwear on the floor? So you mad with me because I would not tolerate this mess?
To be fair, what happened in that marriage was deeply hurtful. Cheating on a partner for years is already painful, but bringing another woman into the home shared with a spouse makes it even worse. It shows a profound level of disrespect and can leave lasting emotional damage. Anyone in that situation would struggle to move forward. What stands out, however, is Evelyn saying she does not feel bitter about it. While it is understandable if she cannot forgive her ex-husband, even after he has moved on, claiming she has no resentment at all can be difficult to believe. Emotions like that rarely disappear completely and in many cases, can influence how someone treats others, especially their children. After the divorce, it is said that Evelyn expected her children to take sides, leaving little room for neutrality. Toni may have wanted to maintain a relationship with both parents, but seeing how her sister Tracy was treated for staying close to their father likely made her cautious. As a result, Toni avoided conflict and kept her true feelings hidden, always trying not to upset her mother. Over time, this pressure appears to have shaped Toni's role within the family. Even after achieving success in her career, she was often expected to support her sisters and include them in her journey. When things did not work out for them, the blame sometimes fell on her. This turned her success into a burden rather than freedom.
I feel like I do. I feel like they don't let me fly. I don't.
I heard you say
I don't give
that.
myself permission to fly because
There you go.
they make
That's
me
it.
have waited.
That's it.
Toni Braxton has openly discussed her financial struggles, including filing for bankruptcy. While some of her money problems were caused by unfavorable contracts early in her career, a significant portion of her earnings went toward supporting her family. She frequently used her income to help her sisters, ensuring they were comfortable and cared for. Even while facing her own personal challenges and stress, Toni was expected to continue providing for everyone else. This constant pressure made her situation even more difficult to manage. Despite her success and dedication, she carried a heavy burden, often placing her family's needs above her own. Balancing her career, personal life, and family responsibilities proved incredibly challenging, taking a serious toll on her both financially and emotionally. Her generosity and strong sense of duty came at a high personal cost, leaving her to deal with the consequences while still trying to maintain her public image and professional success.
Now, friends, when we talking about the Braxton family values, we really got to talk about the real problem, the mama. The mama was causing so many problems. The mama was the reason why all them girls had an issue with each other. That she was the reason why all of them had some type of deep-rooted issue with each other. Because every time, and I mean every time she sat there and led the discussion, it showed, you're the reason why this girl feels like this. You are egging a lot of things on instead of really nipping it in the...
Toni Braxton has faced ongoing health challenges, and some sources suggest that her lupus may have been worsened, or even triggered, by the stress of a difficult and toxic family environment. Her sisters have also dealt with their own autoimmune issues, adding further tension and concern within the family. Whenever Toni tried to discuss these problems with her mother, Evelyn Braxton, the situation would often be turned around, making Toni seem responsible for the conflict. Over time, this pattern of pressure and emotional strain took a serious toll on her well-being. Now, as she approaches her 60s, Toni has chosen to limit her interactions with her mother. She keeps communication mostly for appearances or public situations, rather than fully engaging, in order to protect her mental and emotional health. After years of balancing her health, career, and family responsibilities, Toni recognizes the importance of setting boundaries. This decision reflects her growing focus on self-care, stability, and preserving her peace.
Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. So looking at Tina Knowles and her children, and looking at Evelyn Braxton and her girls, it's proof to me that forgiveness or unforgiveness and bitterness can trickle down to your kids. I feel like Tina Knowles is the reason why Solange and Beyonce are able to persevere and press through adversity with grace and poise. I know this is a weird way to put it, but Beyonce and Solange was able to see their parents go through a healthy divorce. Even Miss Tina acknowledged that they did not go back and forth. And honestly, she had every reason to be bitter and not forgive him for having an outside baby on her. And then on the other hand, we can look at Miss Evelyn Braxton and see why her daughters are still on each other's neck in their 40s.
Many people have expressed support for Toni Braxton because it is clear that carrying a burden you never asked for is incredibly difficult. Watching their reality show highlights how complicated and at times toxic family dynamics can be, especially with a parent like Evelyn Braxton, who may appear kind on the surface but can also be controlling and harsh underneath. While she often presents herself as deeply religious, it seems she carried significant anger and resentment toward her ex-husband. Unfortunately, some of that frustration appeared to affect her daughters. For Toni, this meant taking on the added responsibility of looking after her sisters and considering them in nearly every decision she made. That kind of pressure, especially from a young age and lasting for decades, can be exhausting. Watching the show, it becomes easy to feel sympathy for Toni and Tracy Braxton the most. Both faced serious challenges while trying to maintain their own lives and careers under strict expectations. Although all the Braxton sisters experienced difficulties, Toni and Tracy's situations stand out. Their story shows how long-term family stress can deeply affect a person, making Toni's decision to set boundaries understandable.